Right now, I feel like every day I'm digging deeper and deeper into a hole. Welcome to my new series, Road to Pro. So I decided that I was going to start this series after seeing so many of you guys who were just down for this and just were really into my journey of competing at nationals. So since nationals, I have been feeling so motivated, y'all. Like, it's crazy how motivated I've been feeling, but I've also at the same time been feeling super exhausted, super depleted, and just overall just tired. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I have been pushing on through and also kind of like where my head is. It is Friday, December 4th. Trying to see if you guys can see that. Just about 4 o'clock in the morning. We are now 9 days out from USA's. We are now in single digits, y'all. So we're actually going to be starting peak week again here soon, like in the next couple of days. So mock peak is almost done. So you guys who follow me, especially in my IG stories, you know that leading up to nationals, especially during peak week, I had this moment in Orlando, y'all, where I just was over it completely, 100% done. I told you guys when I decided to do this journey, y'all were gonna come along with me, that I was gonna share the good, the bad, the ugly. And the truth is, in this moment right now, I'm feeling so depleted and worn out and just done. My face is looking so sunken in right now. I've never been this lean before. So things are working, but in this moment, y'all, I'm over it, like 100%. And I just never wanted to be one of those competitors who only talked about like the glamorous side of competing, right? Because there's a whole other side to it. And when you want to come in looking a certain way, you're going to go through this part to get to that. So just kind of want to share where I'm at right now. This isn't a whole bunch of people telling me don't cheat on my diet, because y'all ain't got to tell me that, okay? I am here, okay? We 3 days away. I ain't bucking anything up right now. But in this moment, I'm over it. Freezing, I'm over it. So the thought of me continuing on to compete after that was the furthest thing from my mind at that point. But like I told you guys in my peak week video, this is a roller coaster. So after that little meltdown moment I had, I drank my water, hit some posing, got my head back in the game, and banged out the rest of peak week. And really what did it for me was I had to remind myself, why was I doing this to begin with? Like, the vision that I had in my mind that I know I wanted to have on show day of me being dead center, of me turning pro, I had to hold on to that to push through that last week. And I've been finding myself having to really remind myself of that even now as I'm continuing to push even harder, to diet even harder, deplete even harder, and get even leaner coming into the USA's. My vision that I've had to want to compete and want to turn pro, that started when I was a kid. When I was 13 years old, my mom, she joined this local gym, and it was full of competitors. She never competed, but they had this local bodybuilding show that a lot of the gym members were going to be competing in. She asked me to go with her. So I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Ill muscles, that's gross. Like, I'm just like, I don't understand that life. I don't understand how you getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning working out. Now look where I'm at, right? So I remember though, I went to that show with her and I saw these women on stage, and I remember like in that moment, my jaw dropped. And I looked at her and I was just like, can I look like that one day? And she was like, yeah, if you just keep going. So I knew then at a very early age that this is what I wanted to do. I just had a number of things kind of bubble up in life that kind of took me away from that as time went on. When you are feeling like you're on your last leg, you have to 100% remind yourself of your why, like why you want this. What is that vision that you have? And use that to really just push you on through. Another thing that I love about competing is it really does force you to take a really objective look at yourself, to always strive to be better, even when you felt like you were at your absolute best. And I could clearly see like my weaknesses, right? Because even when I competed at the Northwest in 2019, I asked the judges for feedback, and they all said I still needed to be leaner, tighter in my glutes and hamstrings. And I could totally still see those areas improve this time around, but still not where they really needed to be. So that has been what we have been focusing on since nationals so that we can come in even tighter and even leaner, especially in there. And I also noticed a few imposing improvements that I need to make as well, but I'm gonna be covering that in another video in this series. Right now, I feel like every day I'm digging deeper and deeper into a hole. It's showing everywhere, y'all. I'm so much leaner than I was at nationals. I'm under my stage weight, and it just keeps on getting tighter every day. I've actually been up since 3 o'clock this morning because I just could not sleep. I mean, the hunger pangs were just crazy, so it got my whole sleep. My whole sleep is just thrown off, which is fine. Even with all that, I could not be more excited. I could not be more hyped. But we're bringing it on stage. I'm starting to see my body do some things that it was not doing, y'all, at nationals. And this is something that I don't think a lot of people are that open about, because I know a lot of people just make it seem like, oh, you just diet, you just train, you get on stage and boop, that's it. But you have to understand that pushing your body to a point where it's never been before, it requires you to get uncomfortable. Like, there's nothing comfortable about this process at all beyond a certain degree. So when I'm getting up in the middle of the night like that, or if I'm having a moment in the middle of the day, I visualize myself on that stage, turning pro. Let me know, do you use like visualizations in your own mindset work or your motivation work or whatever you kind of call it? Like, just take a little minute and let me know in the comments below. I've got a lot of people ask me like, what's the hardest part right now of prep? And I would say it's really just managing my energy levels. Like, at this point, being this lean, continuing to push, and on top of that, I reached a point about like several weeks ago where my body just could not really tolerate artificials any longer. Like, I would get really bad gas, I would get bad bloating, like stomach cramps, to where at some point I was like doubled over. Like, that's how bad these stomach cramps were. So we took those out completely, and even after that I've tried to introduce them back into the mix, because my coach said I could do that this week. But even with that, I've had to take some of them right back out, because in this state, my body is just super sensitive. So because of that, I've had to find natural ways to boost my energy, especially when I'm doing cardio, getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to knock that out. So I do share more about more natural ways to boost your energy in this YouTube video I did, so make sure you guys click up there to check it on out. But yeah, y'all, my coffee consumption has gone like through the roof right now, and I'm just thankful that I can still have that in the mix, because if not, I don't know where sis will be right now without being able to have that. I am doing 40 minutes of cardio fasted, and honestly, like, I'm not mad about it. I think coming into this prep, I was surprised at the amount of cardio I didn't have to do, because I've had preps in the past, not with my current coach, but with an old coach, to where I was doing 2.5 hours of cardio at one point. I remember another prep where I was actually prepping for nationals in 2010 as a bikini competitor. I had a really bad rebound after my show before that, and I was up to doing 4 hours, y'all. So the fact that I only had to get up to like 60 minutes throughout this whole year, and now being at 40, like, that part for me feels like a treat. Even with that, there's still some mornings where I'm just like pushing to get on through this. So I throw on a playlist and just bang it on out. So just don't underestimate the power of a good playlist. So kind of let me know if you have like a go-to kind of like get hype song. Let me know what it is in the comments. But overall, y'all, like, I am so excited about what we're about to bring on stage. Like, I haven't been this tight before. My waist has never been this small before, and I'm gonna do a little comparison so you guys can see where I'm at like 2 weeks from nationals and 2 weeks from USA, so you guys can see the difference. But y'all, I'm so glad that I continued on to keep going after this show, and I didn't let that moment that I had stop me from pushing on through. Whether you are getting on stage or you are just working on becoming your own definition of body goals or hitting your body goals, like, the tough days that I'm talking about, they're inevitable, right? Because when you are looking to lose fat or push your body to a new level, like, it's bound to happen. Because if I can do it, I know that you guys can do it. I've had to really lean on my support system. I'm blessed to have a great support system and friends and family, my coach, who are just truly in my corner to really like push me on through this. And if you don't have a support system and all you have is your why and your vision, then that's fine too. Like, you're capable of so much more than you think. And if all else fails, you can always just turn on the Get Hype playlist and turn on up and get it on done. So as I'm going through these next 10 days, I'm definitely going to be pushing myself, challenging myself in ways that I haven't before. And I want to give you your own challenge too. So I want to challenge you to a little mini kind of like 3 days of giving yourself everything that you've got for 3 days, regardless of what your goal may be. It could be a goal to just get more water in, or do some ab workouts, or work out for 3 days, right? I just want you to really push through and use these things, everything I told you in today's video, with remembering like your why, getting clear on your vision, using things to kind of boost your energy, to put all those things together. And if you're looking for something to challenge yourself with, then make sure you check out my description box below. I have a 3-day ab challenge program that's free for you to join, and that you guys can try it on out. So that's going to wrap up today's Road to Pro episode 1. Again, thank you guys so much for rocking with me on this journey. I cannot wait to take you guys on this ride with me as we go to the USAs and finish this year on out strong. Please don't forget to take a little moment and like and subscribe while you are here, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.